Right now at 5:30, it's day 7 of the search and rescue operation at the site of the deadly building collapse in Surfside. And here's what we know at this hour. Another 4 bodies were recovered overnight, bringing the death toll up to 16. At least 147 others are still unaccounted for. Adding to the danger, storms could develop in the next week. More on that in just a minute. But first, we're hearing incredible stories of survival from the people who escaped the chaos.
CBS 4's Jessica Layton spoke to one family here on vacation the night the building collapsed around them.
In all the layers of rubble and sadness, there are still some incredible stories of survival. And for a New Jersey family who escaped with their lives, being back home is surreal. The Agueros spent the day before the collapse at Champlain Towers swimming, smiling, spending time together.
My parents own the apartment, so we came down and we're trying to have a really good time.
But their first vacation as a family of 4 since COVID turned into tragedy for so many around them. It started with what they thought was lightning hitting the building.
My feeling is horror, shock, disbelief.
My wife jumped out of bed and went to check on the kids, and when she did that, she said, "Come out here because this is big," because the chandeliers were all moving.
Neighboring units had already disintegrated into dust. Clouds of concrete billowed around them. Once the roof caved in, the couple began to make their desperate escape from the 11th floor with their 14 and 22-year-old kids.
Look out directly in front of us, and the 2 elevator shafts are just holes. So now we sprint to the stairwell, and when we get there and open the doors, ready to hit me because the wall for the stairwell is gone. So it's basically a big open air stairwell. When we get to about the 3rd floor, we encountered an elderly lady who needed help getting down. So my son and I helped her get down to the 1st floor. We slowed up the people behind so nobody got trampled.
Eventually encountering flooding and crushed cars. The bottom floor of the building had already sunk several feet into the ground.
Because when we got down there, we had to crawl up rubble with this elderly lady for about 3 feet worth and sprint to the beach.
In that moment, snapping this picture, showing the crumbling building illuminated by flashing emergency lights in the middle of the night. Heartbroken by what happened, now home in New Jersey, they are still shocked they survived.
I can't believe that we were given another day to be here.
We think of how close we came to being less fortunate, and of all the people that were in the building with us who didn't make it out or didn't even get a chance. I think for me that's probably one of the hardest things.
A traumatic experience for everyone involved, including those who cheated death. Many say they will be going to counseling to deal with some of their survivor's guilt. From Surfside, Jessica Layton, CBS 4 News.